I almost fall on my face here. So, we're gonna do some easy peasy stuff here. But what might be easy peasy for me is maybe hard for you or the other way around. So, we're gonna start super light. Let's see. Oh, there's so many people here. Okay. Let's go with. Sure. But Utopia Tempest. Go for it. So, welcome to. Where is it? The Ironman training. Okay, training, focusing, reflecting, zone 2, whatever you call it, locking in the gains. You will see me more in this position now than anything else. So maybe I'm talking about this camera. I hope actually it works, even though, you know what, actually the upright camera is already frozen. Man, I have to really rethink my setup. So it is difficult to get everything under one roof. Family, training, and then when you train, that you do quality training sessions as well as whatever you need to train. So yes, this one is gonna be a zone 2 ride, or like a very just shaking out the legs from the last few things I've done, and we can reflect that in this hour, the hour of reflection, we can call it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ride like that 1.8k with, we're riding with Di Miguel. We're riding with Di Miguel. So first things first, I have done a little bit of a bike change, like a real bike change, not just my avatar on Zwift. So I'm trying to do a little more gearing up for the TT. Means I've changed my saddle position. I have changed my stem, which holds my handlebar. It sits a little bit higher. I have just readjusted the height as well as the pads I use for aero. So my aero triathlon pads, they are like a little bit different now. They're a little bit wider, it gives me a little more range. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I already installed a front hydration kit, which is from Profile Design, I feel like. And yeah, my bike is 15 years old, maybe 16 actually. So it's been around the block. I will try to, for new bike day, I'm praying to the guy up there that I get the approval. You never know, huh? You never know. Yeah, I want to keep the family happy for sure. I gotta get probably for a whole month, Chris, you better know what you do with your money, and I have to bring it up in terms of when she goes into a purse store, like luxury store, I'm gonna give it back to her. It's like, you're gonna better know what you do with your money. So yeah, whatever makes you happy. So yeah, new bike day. Oh my god, they're gonna go 10 minutes faster on the Ironman course. Feels like it. So yeah, it's all good. Let's reflect. Let's start this week off. I was going to say let's start this month off, but I have done some racing, a lot of ladder races actually. The one I just did, we lost, but I felt still like I personally won it because the race I won at the front worked out the way I wanted it. Meaning I had Darren with me, who is I would say like more like an engine, not a sprinter or a puncher. He is probably more a triathlon guy himself. So, and I managed to get the attention of the other guys so much that when I go, they go. And I went over the top. Darren went over the top on me, and I dialed it back just a little. And that gave them the sense that, okay, let this guy go, let Darren go. But they didn't know that Darren has like the long range power. I mean, if they have the dial short, then they would know, but they did not. So yeah, in that sense, all good. Honestly, do I have something to say? People something to say here? I have to make sure if you have any questions, post them in the chat. If I see them, I will answer them, obviously. I don't know. Some kind of ring-a-ding came up and mentions you. Okay, whatever. So, feel free to chime in the chat or make some comments, whatever you hear. This one is more like me talking a little bit and dripping away. So, here we are. King Joyo, yo man, what's up? What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming into the chat. If we should talk about something on that Zone 2 ride, whatever it is about triathlon, racing, Zwift, you name it, bring it up. I try to address it. I'll give you my spin. And then I will continue with my little story here of reflecting on racing. How do you ride your bike inside? Good question. Zwift is a software which makes that happen. You have your bike and you have a trainer, an indoor trainer where your back rear wheel is attached to, and you're putting out power on these pedals, and that power will be measured in watts, goes to the trainer, and the trainer simulates the power here. And based on the profile, up or down or flat, and on your power, you go fast or slow. And if you go uphill, you have to put more power on the pedal to go uphill faster. Then there is some steering attached, our little controllers here, so I can go left and right, which will affect the draft, because when you're right behind somebody, you're actually drafting behind somebody. I could be today. If you subscribe, I do it. I want to see your subscription, I do it. I'm gonna go ahead. I know, I never ask for anything, so normally I don't do that, but if you feel free, then do it. I will give it a shot. But this one is more meant to be as a Zone 2 ride, so I can a little bit enjoy. So Zone 2 rides are rides which your heart rate is in a certain range, in the Zone 2 range, which applies for me to about 115 to 135. A little bit depends on the day. So, yep. And I'm trying to stay in there. So again, coming back to the race, which just finished, which we lost, but I still think we won it in my racing books, based on our strategy. Darren went ahead, long range power, which was great. They let them go. I don't know if they would have let him go if there would be more of our team in the pack behind, but that was Darren's chance to make a difference, and that's how he's successful. And he's done it successfully at several races. So I pay attention to that, so know your teammate's strength and play them out as the race unfolds. I wouldn't consider myself a sprinter. I'm more like a puncher, even though, yeah, I should be a triathlon guy, you know, long engine like Darren. But no, I like racing too much, and I have to dial that back. So that was one of my last official races, and I want to try to do more longer workouts, zone 2 or threshold workouts, where I push certain power limits to strengthen my muscle, not for like the short twitch, more like for the longer kind of muscle fiber, which allows me to do less power but for longer. That's the plan. That's the plan, you know. Everybody has a plan until you start racing. So yeah. Give some people to ride on here. So it takes a while actually. If you haven't raced in real life, and you have to go out on the road and adapt to the aero position like this, instead of like racing more upright like this or like this or something. Aero really makes a difference outside. That's the biggest regret I have, staying inside, but the benefits of being inside outweigh the outside rides. Meaning you have a controlled environment where you can do your own workouts, races, simulation, and there are no traffic stops. There are no like traffic lights, stop signs, intersections, not to mention people on their phone who don't pay attention. So you are away from that risk. So the training is way more efficient indoor than outdoor. However, and that's the big if, yes, being inside, you're missing the elements. You're missing feeling the corner. You're missing the crosswinds, the braking, being on your brakes early or late, the descent, the wind, the adrenaline is not in you. So that affect probably your heart rate, your racing ability. So you have to be cognizant of that. That there will be probably a few clicks up when you start riding, or you have difficult terrain to overcome. Yeah, benefits inside outside is pretty. It's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. And you know, nothing beats real life. Same thing what everybody experienced, more or less. Meeting with friends on a table, shooting the shit, having drinks and shits and giggles and playing games in real life is so much better than doing it on the screen, where you might think Zoom meetings are effective or Google Meet. No, you sit on the board table, you look somebody in the eye, and actually you get way more out of that than talking onto the screen. Yeah, it's nice, you don't have to spend time in the car or the traffic and so on, so there's some benefits too. But body language and so on is so much better to interpret it than just like words. So real life is always better. If you can meet people. AI won't help you there. AI. So yeah, all good. Yeah, what I'm gonna do here is I will try to do a little bit more. Let's see if we can make that happen. Actually, no. Oh. No. So there's a technique of like going fast and finding exactly what fits to you, and that's cadence. So some people say, okay, cadence is the secret to going fast. You have to find the cadence which works for you, and there could be a high cadence like this, but less power more often. That's the trade-off. Or you can push the big gear, pushing more power, but not that often. So which are you? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what kind of cadence devil you are. So mine, I would probably catch myself more on the heavier side most of the time. But yeah, that's just me. And then a little bit on terrain and so on, but yeah, that's the punchers are known for that. More heavier gears and then lifting it over. Boom, boom, boom. So reflecting on things, I'm very grateful that I can Zwift, that I'm able to do it. Not everybody can do it the time they want it. People's schedule is difficult. If people want to improve, they have to like get up early or go on a bike when the kids are at bed. Everybody has their own challenges, so I'm very grateful that I have a certain schedule which allows me to be a little more flexible and train in daylight. It's said like that, train in daylight. I think that's a big luxury, and I'm very grateful for that. So I think I'm hitting the groove here now. 150 watts or 115 beats per minute, and we have 16 minutes done already. So yes, I have a real bike here. That means real gears, nothing electric, nothing just shifting resistance. That's real gearing, real mechanics. I know it feels like I'm driving an old pickup truck where you can still like do your own mechanics. As I did before this race, I just changed the pads here. So I mean, some bikes and some trainers, you cannot even like touch the cover, and the warranty will not be valid anymore. So yeah, I mean, it sucks if you have trainer issues or bike issues, and Zwift has helped immensely on that, saving your bike, as the biggest threat is coming right out of you. It's your sweat going into every nick and cranny, and just the corrosion. Sweat will eat your carbon or aluminum or whatever your bike is made of. It will eat it away alive. That's what it feels like. So you want to stay on it, you want to cover it, protect your gear, all you have the pleasure of getting getting one of Zwift bikes. And one of Zwift bikes are, what is it called? I think it's called the Zwift bike. The pretty white one with just one little stand in the front. If you have it and you are fortunate enough to have this Tron bike too, you actually can have the Tron bike frame option, meaning different colors. I think you have a white one when you have that bike, or if you don't, then you just have, like, you see these Tron bikes here on the right hand side. I think it's just black or grayish. So yeah, here's what it is. So yeah, I'm trying to do more zone 2 rides now to stay in this position, to force my body as well as my muscles to adapt to this position more and more, so that when the day comes, Ironman Arizona in Champ, November 16th, then I feel comfortable on the bike for 4.5 hours. That would be great. No, I think I'm going to be probably like close to 5 hours in the saddle. It is known to be a very fast bike course, 3 laps, and I think it should so play into my cards if I do it right, because it's very much a power-driven course. If you know how to, like, pace yourself, especially you're going out of Temp, you're hitting the highway, and the highway rises up, I think, for I'm talking kilometers here, probably 20k. 20k rises up, and correct me if I'm wrong, people out there, I think it's like 3% maybe, consistently. So pushing that power 20 kilometers up, and you turn around, and that way up, it's the same way down. So you can actually chill, you can make some progress on the downhill, descent, downhill. And I'm looking forward to that. So you can smash it up there, you turn around, you refuel. It's high cadence, it's momentum, it's refueling and staying aero as much as possible on the downhill until you hit Temp again, where you have probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners. That's it basically. It's probably like a chessboard, and then you turn around and do it 2 more times. Yeah, people will come by, people will overcook it, but here's the thing: if you come in or come out of the water at a reasonable time, and to be quite honest, I'm not a swimmer, I'm more like a biker, not so much a runner. So I'm looking forward to the bike. Yes, that's why you see me here, that's why I'm streaming bike stuff and not like streaming swimming. I don't know if anybody streams swimming. But having said that, yes, it is great to come out the water early, so you can hit the first hill early. It's relatively cool probably on the first lap. It will heat up on the second. So let's say we start at 6. Let's start with gun goes off at 6 o'clock. Let me double check this. 6, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16. Maybe. Let's start. It goes off at 6. I'm out of the water by 7:30. So 3 loop course, 180 kilometers divided by 3. It's 60 kilometers around, 30 kilometers up. So it's an hour to the top of the mountain. Okay, that's reasonable. So 8:30 out, 7:30 coming out of the water. 8:30 we upped it the first time. Coming down 8:30. That's a little bit more like, you know, some kerfuffle there. It's called 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock up there. Coming down 10 o'clock. Probably not. It's probably like more half an hour. Coming down. Max. So it's 1.5 hours probably each lap. That would make it 4.5 hours, the bike part, which would be great if I can keep it this way. So 1.5 hours for each lap. That's going to be interesting. Hour punching up, 30 minutes coming down, refueling. Hour punching up, coming down, refueling. Hour punching up, coming down, refueling. So very much to gauge. Quick bike course. Highway pavement, yeah, it could be rough in some areas. Crosswind, oh yeah, maybe could be rough. I will use a disc for this one, so if you like it or not, climbers, if you're not or not, Chris, you're gonna carry a disc. So yeah, I will do the disc in the wheel and in the back wheel because I like the aero advantage on the way down.
Right on.
Can I deal with the weight difference? Absolutely. Absolutely. What is it? I mean, if you take just 500 milliliters fuel on board, that's your weight difference between a deep dish back wheel and a disc. Not even. So, or just you doing a good fast and watching your diet, that could be it. So I'm not selling myself short there. I'm gonna try something here on a small ring now. Let's see. Small ring is actually a little bit of a different play here on my end. I have a Q ring as a small ring to punch over hills a little bit more easier, but it is a different muscle group which will be activated here, so I may or may not overthink this one more time. Or I just keep it in the big ring and push over it. If it's 3%, it shouldn't be a big deal. But I can feel it now a little bit. So I will go back. Yeah, okay. I'm back. And the round ring is, I'm more used to it. It's a smoother kind of turnaround. So maybe I changed a smaller chain ring in the front to a round ring too. It's probably not worth it having it. I've been riding Q rings for a while, actually, for 2 or 3 years. Q rings. Chris Froome, Wiggins, I think the Sky team really kicked it off back in the day. As they said, there's some benefit to it, but what ended up happening is that their power meters, the SRAM power meters they used, weren't reading inaccurate. So, but it's a different kind of like paddle pushing, so you guys should check it out. I think it's something to be experienced, and I have done it. And I just changed back to a normal ring, and the Zwift rides are a little bit better. I feel like I can deal with better consistency than these like frequent low frequency changes. Nothing for me. I discovered that, but you do your own research. It's more if you like it or not. It's the same thing with like cadence, high cadence, low cadence, pushing big gears, Q ring, round ring. So personal, you know. 28 minutes already done. Well, that's that. And there, what's new, what's fresh? I'm stop, or I will reduce racing, meaning I won't be as fresh in these races going in, because I feel I will be more like a puncher than a sprinter. And right now I like that punch, but yes, I want to keep it, but these longer workouts, which I'm not a big fan of, but I have to do them, and like these over-under, not looking forward to that, but they need to be done. So I will try to record that as well. It's going to be a sufferfest. And my FTP is right now 295. Oh, no, sorry, it's actually 305 FTP, but I feel it's not my true FTP. My true FTP is 195. So I have not updated, I have not did a RAM test or FTP test lately, so yeah, it is what it is. What I have done, boy, I have one more change, dramatic change. I feel like for me, I changed something on my derailleur, on my rear derailleur. I used the bigger pulley wheel at the bottom, so I went to a 13T pulley wheel at the bottom, or jockey wheel, whatever you call it, and 11 at the top. I left it there, so bigger jockey wheel at the bottom. I think that's okay. I think the top one has 11 teeth and the bottom one is 13 teeth, which I read up, if your derailleur can handle it, should make the right and shifting a little bit smoother, which it does actually. Plus, a good chain clean will do wonders, and I think that's what's happened. What happened here is I'm getting dropped. I'm getting dropped here, man. What's up? But you know what I can do is actually I can swap some worlds and see if I can join a different guy here. Let's see. Teleport to this guy. Let's go. Here we go. Right on. Right on. Daylight. We just shift to daylight. So much better. And because I'm already tired, which is something you want to train too when you have longer rides, do some nutrition training, try to experience with gels in your training, not on race day, not going to the sponsor village and picking up some good stuff and finding out that this is all crap on race day because your stomach doesn't like it. You are in for a rough day and you risk it all because you want to try out a product on race day. So Ironman, yes. Martin gels or jelly I like. What I don't like is the price. Boy, they are pricey. So yeah, with that, sponsoring these races, I feel they really got some market shares, and they're keeping it because they don't want to lose all the customers. They want to, when you race with Martin, you should train with Martin too, or something alternative, which is on a cheaper end for sure. But yeah, it's a great product, no doubt about that. But on a price range, lots of marketing dollars there for sure. So I'm not blaming them. $115. I think I will call that quit here in 20k, and on 20k mark, as I have to do some work as well. Again, look at this Pinarello. So I know the Halo bikes are interesting, but this is, I think it's considered a TT bike actually, is it? I think so. I think this one is a TT bike, so you cannot use it in races. So I haven't seen it in races. The Specialized, yes you can. The Tron, yes you can, if you upgrade it completely. Not that it comes close to it, but I feel it could. I think I should put the Halo bikes all on the same level. They're just like look different. So whatever. So regarding red reflection, yes, thanks for the gains. We locked them in, and we still have to do more zone 2 rides probably tomorrow and the day after to come down from our horses, because we have been racing a lot. So doing some recovery or active recovery rides will be appreciated for my body. I will do more Ironman training. More specifically, is coming up in the next weeks. Probably won't be on for a long time, as I feel I have to run more as well. So that's hard to do on a streaming thing, but I mean, nothing is impossible, but you know what I mean. So in that sense, you guys are gonna take it easy. I will check out here. I hope you learned something. King Joyo, thanks for coming in. I love your questions. I love your concerns. If you have anything I should cover on my Ironman journey to IRONMAN Arizona, November 16th, I will do that. Just leave your likes and subscribes in the comment, and I will take it from there. All right, guys. See you on the other side. Stay healthy. Don't overdo it. And lock in the gains. Bye-bye.